A very good morning to all the dignitaries and participants. I, Dr. Vibha Tiwari, welcome you all in today's webinar on intellectual property rights. On behalf of Research Cell, Incubation Cell, and eCell, speaker of today's webinar is Advocate Ms. B. Ritika Reddy. I extend my warm welcome to our speaker, Ms. Ritika Reddy. Madam, you're most welcome. Ms. Reddy is an IP attorney with Puthuram and Associates, patent and trademark attorneys, Chennai, which holds specialization in trademark, copyright, and industrial designs. Ms. Ritika deals with clients in securing domestic and intellectual property portfolio, enforcement of IP, and handling litigations in involving IP. She regularly advises clients on drafting and filing of trademark, copyright, design application, and other aspects of intellectual property. I request Ms. Ritika Reddy to kindly share her knowledge and experience with us. Over to you, madam. Ms. Ritika, can you hear me? Ms. Ritika, can you hear me?
Vibha ma'am, I
Yes,
can
yes.
hear you ma'am. Hello.
Yeah. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you Vibha ma'am
Can we start the
your
session?
kind introduction.
Yes.
Sure ma'am, sure. Whenever you're ready.
Ji. So, ma'am, over to you now. You may start the session. So, I'm
Okay.
sharing the screen with you. So, I'll be stopping my screen share and over to you.
Sure. Thank you so much ma'am. So good morning to one and all present. I'd like to thank Medicaps University for having me. So intellectual property is something I have been extremely passionate about since my law school, and I understand today is a Sunday, but I really hope all of us, including me, gets to learn something new today. Uh, yes. So today we'll be discussing about the overview of intellectual property rights. And for today's session, we'll be starting with the basics, the importance of intellectual property rights, that is IPR. Then we'll be moving on to the types of IP. We'll be going into detail of each intellectual property in detail, and then we'll be winding up with the legal remedies. So, intellectual property. Let's look at it from a very objective point of view. So, when you segregate these words, intellectual means anything that is created by your mind. जैसे कि your ideas, mainly your ideas, that comes under the definition of intellectual. Now, property, when you talk about property, it means anything that belongs to you. अब property भी दो types की होती है. There is a intangible property, then there is a tangible property. Now, tangible property includes everything that you can touch or feel, जो कि basically जिसको आप महसूस कर सकते हैं. That is called a tangible property, which includes your furniture, machineries, all that comes under tangible property. Then there is a different type of property, that is an intangible property, which means anything which you cannot touch. And that includes your trademark, patents, copyright, all that comes under the intangible property. So intellectual property is nothing but a property that belongs to you and is a creation of your mind or output of your creativity. अब इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है? अब इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी का बेसिक पर्पस है टू सेफगार्ड योर क्रिएशन. basically to give you financial returns for all the hard work and the effort that you have put in your creation. Okay, now once एक analogy से समझते हैं, जैसे how do you know when you purchase a land, how do you know that this land belongs to you? आपके पास क्या proof है कि वो land आपकी है? Now there is a whole process, the whole registration process that goes into registering a land. Similarly, intellectual property, once you register, that idea or that creation belongs to you. So that automatically creates a genuinity, as in to the investors, to the consumers, they feel ki what they are getting is genuine. Okay, automatically builds credibility. So that is the basic of intellectual property. अब intellectual property बहुत प्रकार के हैं. There are a lot of types of intellectual property. Apart from these, there is geographical indication, plant varieties, there is traditional knowledge, but these are the 4 primary types of IP, that is trademark, copyright, design and patents, जिनके बारे में हम आज डिटेल में बात करेंगे. So talking about trademark, यानी कि व्यापार चिन्ह. अब आपके पास फोन है, आपको कैसे पता चलता है कि ये फोन एप्पल का है, कि सैमसंग का है, कि विवो का है, राइट? सो देयर इज अ लोगो, देयर माइट बी अ वेरी स्पेशल काइंड ऑफ अ फीचर अटैच्ड टू दैट फोन, जिससे बेसिकली यू आर डिस्टिंग्विशिंग दैट प्रोडक्ट फ्रॉम अदर कंपनीज प्रोडक्ट. सो ट्रेडमार्क इज जस्ट दैट. Trademark is basically any kind of representation or it's an identity of your product. Okay, now trademark की भी कुछ basic types हैं. There is a word mark, यानी कि ऐसा कोई भी मार्क जो सिर्फ एक टेक्स्ट फॉर्मेट में है, जिसमें कोई स्पेशल लेआउट नहीं है. जैसे टोयोटा, यू डू नॉट सी एनी लोगो or any special layout to this. There is just a word Toyota. So that is a word mark. Now symbol marks or logo marks. अब कई सारी companies come up with the
Excuse me, ma'am, Ritika,
different
ma'am.
kinds of logos.
I'll disturb you for a minute, Ms. Ritika.
Sure, ma'am.
Ma'am, can
Yes,
you
ma'am,
switch
please
off your video so that your bandwidth can be saved and we can hear you flawlessly?
Sure.
I mean, there's some
Sure,
creaking voice coming.
Sure, ma'am. Where have I lost you? Where did you lose me, ma'am? Do you want me to repeat something?
Maybe from here itself, the word Toyota you were explaining about.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, sure. Thank you. So like I was saying, trademark की कुछ basic types हैं. There is a word mark, यानी कि कोई भी mark that is in the text format, जिसमें कोई special layout नहीं है. So Toyota, there is no logo, there is no special background to this, right? So this is a word mark. Then there is a symbol mark, जहाँ पर there is a logo attached to maybe a word mark, or it can not necessarily that Mercedes-Benz should be here. There can be just this logo. So that is called a symbol mark or a label mark. Now कई सारी कंपनियां come up with a very catchy slogan. जैसे हम ये देख सकते हैं यहाँ, just do it. This belongs to, जब हम ये देखते हैं, we right away know that this belongs to the brand Nike. So just do it. This is also as a trademark. Apart from these basic types of trademarks, there are also some different kinds of marks which have recently gained a lot of popularity. अब ये काफी इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्सेप्ट है नॉन ट्रेडिशनल मार्क्स का, जहां पर कई कंपनियां आर रजिस्टरिंग मार्क्स which are not in convention. रोड देख सकते हैं, टॉम एंड जेरी एंड काफी सारे कार्टून के स्टार्टिंग में एक लायन रोर है, if you remember. That is registered as a sound mark. In India, ब्रिटानिया की जिंगल है, नोकिया की जो रिंगटोन है, that is registered as a sound mark. नाउ कलर मार्क्स की बात करते हैं. कलर मार्क्स में लूबोटियर है, जिनका आइडेंटिफिकेशन है ये रेड सोल. So this red soul is registered as a color mark. Now, celebrities like Sachin Tendulkar and Shah Rukh Khan, amongst few, have registered their signature marks also. They have registered their autographs as signature marks. Now, motion marks में Lamborghini car, the picture that you see here, the way this door opens in the upward motion, इसको scissor gate भी कहा जाता है. ये जो motion है, the way this door opens is registered as a motion. Even Nokia connecting people, if you remember, two hands coming and joining together, that is also registered as a motion mark. Now shape marks की बात करते हैं तो Jack Daniels की bottle, Coca-Cola की bottle, that is registered as a shape mark. Apart from these, there are marks like smell marks. Lot of perfume companies, fragrance companies are trying to register smell marks. लेकिन अभी smell marks have not really come into existence in India, but abroad there are a lot of applications that have been filed for smell marks. अब हमें कैसे पता चलता है कि ये trademark आप what is a good trademark? Basically, how do you choose a good trademark for your brand? So the first and the most strongest type of trademark is any word that is invented or coined. Xerox, इसका कोई dictionary meaning नहीं है. KitKat, इसका भी कोई dictionary meaning नहीं है. So basically any word which is basically coined by you, which do not have any dictionary meaning, is a strongest type of a trademark. और usually इसमें कोई objection नहीं आता है. Then now that we have spoken about the strongest type of trademark, the second type is the weakest type of a trademark, which is a descriptive mark. इसको एग्जाम्पल से समझते हैं. आप यहाँ मार्क देख सकते. The problem with mark is this is basically describing the services that I am providing. So any descriptive mark basically that describes your products or services is the weakest type of trademark, and it is always, in most cases, it is refused by the trademark office. The third category is arbitrary trademark. Apple. Basically, these trademarks do not have any relation with the products or the services they are providing. Apple, it's a fruit, but Apple is also a company which provides gadgets. So इनका नाम से और इनकी गुड से कोई रिलेशन नहीं है. So these are called arbitrary trademarks, and these are also considered a good type of a trademark. Now we move on to the procedural aspect of how to file a trademark. The first step is the trademark search. अब this is a very important step, क्योंकि once you file a trademark, you have to pay a lot of official fees, and then there is a whole procedural fees that goes into the registration of trademarks. So it is always advisable कि आप उसकी availability check कर लें. IP India की जो government website है, उसमें trademark records में you can check if your trademark is available for registration. So that is done. The first step is the trademark search. Once you get a clearance for the trademark search, the first step that goes into the procedure is filing the application. Once you file an application, now this filing can be done online and offline. Fees में ज़्यादा difference नहीं होता है, but usually people go for online filing. Then after you file an application, your application gets a number which is also called an application number, जिससे आप अपने trademark का status check कर सकते हैं. So after you are allotted an application number, your application goes for an examination. Now ये examination stage में the trademark office आपकी application analyze करती है and issues an examination report stating any procedural or any discrepancy with your application. And you have 30 days to respond to that examination report. Once that is cleared, so here in this examination stage, the trademark office is objecting to your application. Once you clear that stage, your mark is published in the trademarks journal for 4 months. अब ये जो publication stage होती है, here आपकी आपका trademark is issued to the public for public feedback. Okay, here the public can review and oppose your trademark. That is called an opposition period. So ये trademark is issued in the journal for 4 months. If that is cleared, your responses are satisfactory to the registrar of trademarks, then your marks proceed for registration. So this is the procedure, brief procedure, how to register a trademark. Or trademark registration usually takes around 8 to 9 months in direct cases. If there are no opposition, then your mark can get registered in 8 to 9 months. अब ये सिंबल आपने काफी कॉमनली देखी होंगी जब आप बाहर जाते हैं, तो नेक्स्ट टाइम प्लीज डू नोटिस, अगर आप किसी मार्क के साइड में TM या R देखते हैं, उसका कुछ कॉनोटेशन है. जैसे TM मतलब कि दैट ट्रेडमार्क इज पेंडिंग रजिस्ट्रेशन, वो अभी रजिस्टर नहीं हुआ है. एंड इफ देयर इज एन R, दैट मीन्स ऑब्वियसली इट इज अ registered trademark. Now, if you are misrepresenting, if a person is using, उसका mark is pending and वो R use कर रहे हैं अपने mark के side में, that is illegal and उन्हें जेल हो सकती है, because that amounts to misrepresentation. अब trademark की validity period के बारे में बात करते हैं. Trademark is always valid for 10 years, but you can always renew it every 10 years for an indefinite period of time. तो trademark हर 10 साल में आप कुछ renewal fees दे करके उसे renew करा सकते हैं. अब आपका trademark is secured. Now there are always chances that somebody copies your mark. So आपके पास दो remedies है. The first remedy is to file a civil suit. Civil suit में भी there are two actions, for that is called a passing off action and there is an infringement action. Passing off action उन लोगों के लिए है जिन्होंने अपना मार्क रजिस्टर नहीं कराया है, but that mark has gained sufficient goodwill and reputation. So that is passing off for unregistered marks, and infringement action is for people who are registered users who have gotten their marks registered. दूसरी रेमेडी आपके पास अवेलेबल है इज क्रिमिनल कंप्लेंट. नाउ क्रिमिनल कंप्लेंट इज एन एडिशन टू सिविल सूट, जहां पर पनिशमेंट इंक्लूड्स imprisonment for 6 months to 3 years or a minimum fine of 50,000 rupees to 2 lakh rupees. So these are the two remedies that are available. अब ये आपने काफी commonly देखी होगी मार्केट में. Counterfeit. Now this concept is very rampant in today's market, right? So here is where passing off and infringement comes to rescue. Lekin it is, like I said, passing off is for an unregistered trademark, or passing off proof karna is much more hard as compared to infringement. Infringement में directly आपके पास proof है that you are a registered user of this trademark, but passing off में you have to prove that there is a lot of financial loss to your mark. If somebody copies your mark, there's a lot of financial loss to you, loss of goodwill. So to prove passing off is harder as compared to infringement. Now we have spoken about remedies. Next concept is called a trademark genericide or trademark dilution. You get an idea, once a trademark, not always a trademark. अब trademarks, कुछ trademarks को इतना ज्यादा यूज कर दिया गया है and as a name in a common language, like for example Google, that is one of a trademark which is at the verge of trademark dilution. Unka trademark significance has lost because it has been so generally used that they have lost their trademark significance. Now you will be shocked to know escalator, dry ice, cellophane, aspirin, velcro, popsicle, all these were once trademarks which have lost their significance because they have been in use in such general terms. So in order to prevent genericide or trademark dilution, policing of trademark is very important. Now every company or every organization has to make sure that a proper necessary guideline or education or training is given so that your trademark is protected from genericide. Even Xerox is one of the examples for the marks which have been a victim of genericide. So here we come to an end of the session for trademarks. अब we will talk about copyright. अब ये एक काफी funny picture आप सामने देख रहे हैं. This is actually associated to a case on copyright. It is not an Indian case, it's a US court. It's a US case. In 2011, Indonesia में एक British photographer left his camera in a forest. अब कुछ chimpanzees, one of this chimpanzee, curious about the equipment, accidentally comes and takes some pictures in his camera. अब photographer takes the camera and he finds these pictures, and somehow some website publishes this picture without taking his permission. Without taking the photographer's permission, that website publishes that picture. Now photographer says this is copyright violation. This is my picture, this belongs to me, and there is a copyright violation. So ab beech mein PETA people come. Now PETA is People for Ethical Treatment of Animals. This NGO comes in and says कि ये copyright photographer का नहीं, ये copyright तो chimpanzee का है. So यहाँ पर US court ने कहा कि an animal cannot own a copyright as per the Copyright Act. Okay, so this is a very funny case associated to associated to copyright, and we'll discuss this further along these lines. So in this era of social media, we should be aware of the basics of copyright. Now copyright, if you see, it simply means right to copy. Okay, the exclusive right that belongs to an author or an owner of a work for a certain period of time. What are the categories of getting your work copyrighted? So these are the categories. Literary work, which includes your textual works. Now dramatic work include your screenplays, scripts, film scenarios. Musical works include your music composition, basically koi bhi dhun. Dhun comes under the purview of musical works. Then there is artistic works. Artistic works include sculptures, paintings, photographs, all that is covered under artistic work. Then there is computer programs. Computer programs में आपकी coding, आपकी codes, apps, software, all that comes under the definition of computer programs. Cinematographic work includes motion pictures or films, videos, and sound recording has sound effects or voice. All that is covering under the sound recording. अब इनको what are the rights that is available to an owner or an author of a work. अब इनको हम दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करते हैं, sound recording and cinematographic works, and literary work, musical work, dramatic work, and artistic work. ये सारी rights are available to the owner of a copyright. अब कोई भी owners के अलावा कोई भी विदाउट द परमिशन, विदाउट प्रायर परमिशन फ्रॉम द कॉपीराइट ओनर अगर इन राइट्स को यूज करता है, दैट अमाउंट्स टू कॉपीराइट इन्फ्रिंजमेंट, जो कि गैर कानूनी है. दैट मीन्स इट इज इलीगल. Now, along with taking permission, if you have taken permission from the copyright owner to use their work, तो हो सकता है आपको कुछ रॉयल्टी अमाउंट पे करनी पड़े. So these are basically the rights that are available to a copyright owner. Moving on to the procedural part of how to register a copyright. Now ये बात ध्यान में रखिए that copyright का registration is not mandatory. ये compulsory, it's not compulsory. आप जैसे ही when you come up with the work, once you create a work, automatically you get a copyright over it. But it is always recommended that you get your copyright registered, ताकि tomorrow if by chance your copyright gets violated, somebody copies your work or uses your right, in that case you can bring in infringement action. It's easier to bring in infringement action if you have copyright registration. And once you come up with any work, you can use the symbol, the C, copyright C. This is denoted by a copyright. You can use this symbol to denote that this work belongs to you. So procedure wise, the filing of an application, again, you can file a copyright online or offline. After filing an application, you get an application number, also called as a diary number, जिससे you basically track your copyright. Now, like trademark, there is no copyright search as such. Okay. Now, in examination stage, now your application proceeds for examination, jahan Copyright Office examines your application and issues a discrepancy letter if there is any problem with your application. Then, if the Copyright Office is satisfied with your response, the copyright proceeds for registration. So this is a brief procedure of how to file a copyright. Now, copyright procedure, this entire procedure may take up to 1 year in case there is no serious discrepancy. अब copyright कब तक valid है? Copyright, depending on the category की कुछ validity period है, उसके बाद the copyright goes into the public domain. For literary, dramatic, music and artistic works, it's lifetime of the author plus 60 years after the death of the author. उसके बाद the work goes into the public domain. Then for cinematographic films, sound recordings or photographs, it is 60 years from the date of publication. After it is published, uska 60 years tak the copyright would be valid. Now for performers and broadcasters' rights, it's 25 years. And for translated works, if you see there is a lot of textual translated work, those are valid only for 10 years. अब कुछ exceptions भी है. What does not amount to copyright violation? If you are using that any work for research purposes, that does not amount to copyright violation. There is a concept called fair dealing or fair use, jin pe there are a lot of cases. There are still a lot of cases that are going on. It is a very gray area. So it all depends from cases to cases. So if a work has been used for a research or a criticism, आप videos देखते हैं, lot of movie reviews, lot of movie criticism, any criticism of any work. Reviews, criticism also comes under the purview of fair use or fair dealing. Then news reporting or judicial proceeding ki reporting, all that does not amount to copyright violation. There is also an exception that artistic works में fair dealing apply नहीं होता. For paintings, photographs, all that does not come under the exception of fair use. remedies. What are the remedies in case your copyright gets violated? Again, you have civil suit. You can go for an injunction order. आप injunction order ले सकते हैं court से to prevent the infringer from doing anything that amounts to copyright infringement. और आप compensation या damages भी claim कर सकते हैं, or even accounts of profit once you file a civil suit. Under criminal action, again, there is a serious punishment under the Copyright Act, that is imprisonment for not less than 6 months, which can extend up to 3 years. And then there is a fine for 50,000, which can extend up to 2 lakh rupees. In much more serious cases, there is a raid and seizure as well. Here we end the copyright session, moving on to the designs part. You see a picture of this very unique chair, right? Let's say this chair is very, you've never seen this chair before, and it has a very, maybe like a functionality of temperature control. Let's say you want to file a design application for this. Now, the design office always provides registration for the external structure of any article and not the functionality, because the functionality always lies in the patent regime and not design. Design only covers what the configuration or external shape of an article is. Okay. So the criteria for now, usually people who file for a patent application also go for a design application in case the product, the look of the product is very different. So for design registration, it is mandatory that design should be new or novelty. Basically, the novelty aspect should be fulfilled for a design application, meaning it should not have been in use before. It should not have been published before. Okay, so basically there should be no disclosure if you want to file a design application. Now design will only cover the features, how it looks to the eye. जैसे आप उसे आंखों से देख सकते हैं, वैसा ही आप उसे design registration file कर सकते हैं. उसका functionality, the internal features will not be covered under the design application. The shape, configuration, pattern, tile. There are a lot of beautiful types of tiles ka shape that comes under the pattern. Now for configuration, if you've come up with any article, just the configuration is very different, the shape is very different, or there are very different kind of features, all that comes under the criteria of a design registration. Then the third criteria is it must be applied by industrial process. Now, whatever your article is, it should be created by an industrial process. तभी आप उसके लिए design application file कर सकते हैं. Then the last criteria is it is solely judged by the eye, not the functionality, not the internal structure of an article, but just the external structure. Procedure. Now, usually design procedure takes bit more time as compared to copyright and trademarks. Once you file an application, similarly, you get an application number. Your design goes for examination stage. Now, this examination stage is very critical in this case because usually it's very difficult to convince the design office how it is an external. It's very simple to say that, okay, it's an external structure, but they have a lot of discrepancies. They may raise a lot of discrepancies in order to convince them that this is solely for an external structure. Okay, there are a lot of other technical discrepancies as well. So then once you clear the examination stage, the design application goes for registration. Now, how do you denote a registered design? It is by this symbol REGD, which denotes a registered design. A design is also valid for 10 years plus 5 years, that is in total 15 years. Uske baad the design goes into the public domain. Okay. So after 10 years, there is a renewal fees that is paid for plus 5 years, and then in total you get it for 10 plus 5, that is 15 years. Remedies, injunction, basically to prevent the infringer from doing anything that is infringing your design, or damages, that is compensation along with injunction. And the third one is cancellation. Now if you want to take action against a registered design, कोई एक design है जो register हो चुकी है, तो आप उसके against एक cancellation petition file कर सकते हैं, also called as a rectification, before the controller of designs. Up here I want inputs from the audience. We have discussed copyright, we have discussed designs, we have discussed trademarks also. So now I want inputs from all of you कि हम इस brand को, ये आपकी brand है that you have created over the years with all the hard work and the reputation that is created. So how can you protect this brand? I want inputs from the audience. How can you protect this brand? What are the available forms of protection?
Students may use the chat box to give their reply. Whatever you know, whatever is understood by you, based on that, you may give your reply through chat box.
I want everyone to think what are the available protection for this. Someone says we can file for trademark registration for logo and also the slogan. Absolutely. What else? Yeah. We'll address all these queries in the end. Right now, please, I want your inputs on this particular aspect.
Ma'am, can you please repeat your question?
Yeah,
probably they have not understood what is to be answered.
Sure. So what I'm asking is, this is your brand, right? ये आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी का ब्रांड है. So आप इसको किस तरीके से प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं? हमने ट्रेडमार्क डिस्कस किया, हमने कॉपीराइट डिस्कस किया, हमने डिजाइन भी डिस्कस किया. So how can you protect this? How can you protect this brand of yours? Okay, so I'll go with the answer that was given before. We can file for trademark registration for logo and also the slogan. That is correct. So there is a trademark. The whole as a whole, it can be filed as a trademark. The Medicaps, the word Medicaps can be filed as a word mark. The logo, it can be filed as a logo. I can see a very beautiful logo here. This can be separately filed as a label mark. And even the knowledge is power, as someone rightly said, the slogan, that also can be registered as a trademark. Now, in addition to this, you can also file this logo as a copyright under the category of artistic works. Okay. So this is these are the elements, protectable elements to your logo. We have winded up with the 3 types of IPs. Let's move on to the last type of IP, that is patent. Now you think and you come up, okay, one fine day you think and you come up with an idea and you create a machine जो काफी लोगों की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर सकती है, right? And then you start a company and start selling this machine in this company, and you gain a lot of popularity and you start getting a lot of money for it. Now, seeing your popularity, your competitor comes up with a machine with not a lot of difference, with just slight modifications, and start selling it in the market. Now here, यहाँ पर your goodwill is your goodwill is hampered. You are having a monetary loss. You might have a monetary loss as well. So in this case, you think what happened? What मेरे से कहाँ गलती रह गई? So basically, the patent is what is missing. Now, what is patent? Patent is basically an exclusive right that is given by a state to a person for their invention. Okay, it's a statutory right for a limited period of time, and it's an exclusive right that is given to an individual. Okay, now patent is territorial in nature. If you are, the patent is territorial in nature, yes, and it is a statutory right. Now, every country is very enthusiastic when it comes to promoting a patent. Okay, because patent encourages innovation and industrial growth for any country. So always आपने देखा होगा, even after the Atmanirbhar scheme that came in, there have been so much promotion, so much motivation from the government to the students and the startups to come up with patents. So this is, and there are a lot of benefits also that is available by the government for patent filing, in addition to trademarks and copyright. In all, IP file करने के लिए government has given special privilege to startups. Ab, what is the patentability criteria? Once you come up with an invention, so these are the three important criteria that you need to fulfill. The first, as the most important criteria, that is the novelty criteria. Now this, before you file an application, you should be very sure that the patent is not disclosed to the public, meaning it should not be in the public domain. Okay, so novelty, and it should be something new. It should not be something that is already existing in the market. The second criteria is the inventive step or non-obviousness. So a person with ordinary skill in that field should not be like, I could have made this. Now this is a very subjective criteria. It can differ from facts to circumstances. Okay, so this is something that it should not, that your innovation or your invention should not be obvious. Third category is the utility category. Basically, it means that it should have some commercial use. So if a patent hearing officer is reading your specifications, of your applied patent, they should be convinced that this will actually work. Okay, so that is the utility criteria. Now Patent Act also excludes what cannot be patented in India. अब कोई भी invention जो कि natural laws की against है और is causing harm to the nature or is causing damage to health or is against the public morality is not patentable. कोई भी एक scientific principle, if you discover any scientific principle, that cannot be patented. You cannot patent it in your name. A new form of a known substance, that cannot be patented. अगर आप दो substances को mix करके उसे patent कराना चाहते हैं, a mere mixture of two substances, that cannot be patentable. That cannot be patented. Now, obvious way of rearranging things, agriculture or horticulture, even agriculture and horticulture methods cannot be patented. Now, there is a treatment. There is a treatment that has come up for curing a disease that cannot be patented. Any treatment means the treatment method. Patent plants or animals, if you discover a new kind of plant species or a new kind of plant animal species, that cannot be patented. Software, business methods, all that comes under the copyright definition of copyright. All that would be copyrightable and not patented. If you innovate a new method of playing a game, that also cannot be patented. Presentation of information, topography of integrated circuits, traditional knowledge, or invention relating to atomic energy, cannot be patented. So Section 3 of Patents Act lists what all cannot be patented in India. Procedure for registration. Let's move on to the procedural aspect. The first is the prior art search. Now, this is extremely important before you file a patent application. Now, this is of course not mandatory, but it is very advisable before you invest in a patent. So for this, you may consult a patent professional who can help you by doing a search in the overall. They'll do a search and see if your patent is available. Now, art here, prior art here means knowledge. So they will do a search in the existing knowledge to see if your patent fulfills the novelty criteria, if it has been disclosed anywhere. Okay, so all that criteria they analyze and give you a report. Okay, your patent is eligible for, you can go and file your patent application. Now, this is also advisable in case there is something lacking in your invention. So they can advise you to make changes. So you basically have an option to make changes before you file an application. Then once the prior art search is cleared, the patent can be filed. Now, patent can be filed in two ways. One is a provisional application, and then there is a complete specification. Now, provisional application माने अगर आपका prototype, it's not necessary basically that your prototype should be completed. Okay, if it is in the development stage, you can just file a provisional application. Now, it is always advisable that you file your patent as soon as possible to get priority. Okay, so once you file for a provisional application, you have 1 year. That means 12 months to file complete specification. If you do not file complete specification within 12 months, your patent gets abandoned. That is the first step. Then the second one is the publication stage. Here, your patent gets published in the patents journal. Now, this 18 months, all these timelines that you see is from the date of filing. Okay, so from the filing, within 18 months, your patent gets published. Now, you can even go for an early publication by paying some publication fees. Now, then your patent goes to examination. अब यहाँ पर the examination stage के लिए you need to put in the request for examination. It is advisable that you put in the request for patent examination when you file your patent only. So first stage में ही अगर आप request डाल देते हैं within 48 months, the time period is 48 months. There, the patent officer will examine your patent application and issues a report. He or she can schedule a hearing as well. If they are not satisfied, they want a clarification with regards to your invention. So there is a prosecution. Once you clear that, your application proceeds for opposition. Okay, opposition means public review. For the public review, for public feedback, your invention is opposition stage. That is basically called the opposition stage. Now, opposition can be in two ways. It can be a pre-grant opposition and it can be a post-grant opposition. Now, pre-grant means before your patent is granted to you, before your patent is registered, your patent can be opposed, and then there is a post-grant opposition wherein within 1 year after the grant, somebody can come and oppose your patent and object to your patent basically. So once that is cleared, the opposition stage is cleared, I'm talking about the pre-grant. Then you have the patent in your name. Now, patent को जिंदा रखने के लिए, basically to keep your patent alive, every year you need to pay some renewal fees. Okay, from every year, if at all you are unable, if you fail to pay the renewal fees every year, then you have a 6-month grace period In case you cross that also, your patent goes into the public domain. So it's very important that you keep a check every year. Patent renewal is made by paying renewal fees. So here we come to an end with the types of IP as well. I'll be happy to take up any questions whatsoever. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. So
Thank you.
if any student has any question, please raise your hand.
Two participants have raised their hands.
Okay, so I'm asking Vanshita.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have a question that without a patent specialist, how can we determine if like there is an already existing or similar thing available, and that if our patent is like valid or not to even file for registration?
See here you need to have a sound technical knowledge. Okay, so you know your invention. You can always, there will be a Google search, but it is advisable. Why we are going to a patent professional is because they have a software. They do an intensive search. They give you an advice as to not just if the patent is available, but on a lot of criteria. But if you yourself want to do it, then you will be restrictive of only certain categories. Okay, so you can do it, but it wouldn't be as extensive as a patent professional would be. So
Okay.
that will be like a Google search, or it can be even, in the IP India website. There is a patent portal. You can go and review all the journals, but that is a lot of work, a lot of work.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, and one more thing, if like a person A is discovering or like inventing something, a new prototype or anything, and then that person has not filed for registration for the patent, and like a person B tries to do something similar, then can person A file for some like copyright thing or anything, or that person is not um even like in the position as.
Vanshita, are you asking me for copyright or are you asking me for patent?
Actually, I'm like confused for both. Like if in both, if you have not filed for registration, and we see that there is some kind of infringement going on, what do we do? Like, are we in the position to claim that thing or not?
सी मैं आपको दोनों को अलग अलग समझाती हूँ. फॉर कॉपीराइट, जैसे मैंने कहा था, कॉपीराइट रजिस्ट्रेशन इज नॉट मैंडेटरी. सो एज सून एज यू क्रिएट अ वर्क, यू हैव कॉपीराइट ओवर इट. बट रजिस्ट्रेशन होने से यू कैन ब्रिंग इन एक्शन मोर इजीली. लाइक it's easier to bring in infringement action. Okay, but in case of patents, once without filing, nobody knows, right, that your patent
Ma'am, you're not audible.
Ma'am, you're not audible. Ritika, ma'am.
is existing and if file nahi kiya hai.
Ma'am, please repeat.
Just
Please repeat your.
Am I audible now?
Yeah,
Am I
yeah.
audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying, in case of copyright, it's not, like I said, it's not mandatory to get a copyright registration, right? But it's easier to bring in copyright infringement action agar aapka copyright is registered. Now, for patents, your patent is not disclosed, right? Nobody knows that your patent is existing. Now, a third party, let's say coincidentally, the third party comes up with a similar patent application. You basically cannot do anything because you haven't filed it. That is why there also it is advisable that you file an application. Once you file it, then you have priority over your patent.
Okay.
Does that clarify?
Yes, ma'am. And I'm like, can you explain passing off that thing once again? Sure.
Yes, sure. So in trademarks, what happens is there will be people who are registered user of a trademark. They have gotten that trademark registered. बट ऐसे बहुत लोग होंगे जिन्होंने ट्रेडमार्क रजिस्टर नहीं कराया है, बट उनका ट्रेडमार्क इतना पॉपुलर है पब्लिक में कि एवरीबडी नोज दैट दिस ट्रेडमार्क बिलोंग्स टू दिस पर्सन, राइट? सो इन दैट केस दे कैन ब्रिंग इन पासिंग ऑफ एक्शन. लेकिन पासिंग ऑफ एक्शन प्रूव करना थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है, बिकॉज हाउ विल यू प्रूव दैट माई ट्रेडमार्क हैज सफिशिएंट गुडविल एंड रेपुटेशन? सो डिफरेंस यही है, इन्फ्रिंजमेंट इज फॉर पीपल हु आर रजिस्टर्ड यूजर ऑफ अ ट्रेडमार्क एंड पासिंग ऑफ इज फॉर पीपल हु आर नॉट रजिस्टर्ड यूजर ऑफ अ ट्रेडमार्क.
Okay, okay, got it.
And also one more difference is, yeah, no
Yes.
problem, but passing off में एक और difference ये है कि passing off is not really defined in the Trademarks Act.
Okay.
Okay, it's a common law remedy, but infringement is properly defined. There is penalty, everything in the Trademarks Act.
Okay, got
Okay.
it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And no problem.
And now it's Shubhranshu Gupta. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, ma'am, my question was it was based on copyrights. As you discussed, that copyrights relates to various, basically, as we see that various TV serials and other novels and all, they are basically adapted from either of some books, like say from Gitanjali, some other writer's book. Now, they do those serials and movies, they are basically doing an adaptation of the novel, right? So does it lead to any infringement of copyrights, or like is it permissible? Like there is a I just wanted to know that, ma'am.
See, in this case, what can happen is, see, let's take an example of adaptation. Can you give me an example? Can you think of an example?
Yeah, ma'am, like I was quoting Gitanjali of Rabindranath Tagore. So,
Acha, okay, right, got it. So, Rabindranath Tagore ki jo Gitanjali hai, it is in the public domain. That is alive only for the lifetime of the author plus 60 years after his death. Correct?
Okay. Right.
Yeah. So after that is in the public domain. Anybody can use however they want. But in case it is still valid, in that case, you need to take a license or a copy, or you need to take a permission from the copyright owner if you want to make an adaptation.
Okay. Correct.
Okay.
That means adaptation will also require a prior permission from the copyright owner, right?
Definitely. If it is not in the public domain, then you need to take a permission.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
No problem.
So now it's Gaurav Gupta. Gaurav, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon to you. It's a very, very intriguing and educative presentation indeed. And my question is that today we are in the information age, where the digital information can be easily copied. You can, like, books, one can download, just print it, and also share it. Like we keep sending data from on email. Let's say I download some PDFs of some books and forward it to somebody. Similarly, there are libraries. They procure some digital copies of the books, but actually we all are reading it. And then comes the Xerox and other things, the photocopier part basically. So we make a photocopy and then we use it, circulate it. So my question to you is that in this digital information age, how do we see this protection of IPR and all these aspects that you've covered? Is it the misuse of internet, or is it the infringement of IPR? If you can just throw some light on this. Thank you.
Thank you. That is a very good question actually, and that is one of the landmark judgments also. So, ये जो आपने proposition दिया मुझे, जो आपने मुझे बताया, Xerox and the copies of the PDF of books and everything, that is a landmark case of Delhi University. एक case था जहाँ पर एक photocopy company नहीं, एक छोटी सी shop थी in a college in Delhi University, and they were printing these, they were making Xerox of famous books and they were circulating it to the public. Basically not public, the students. So यहाँ पर जो publishers थे, Oxford and famous publishers, they brought in copyright infringement action against that Xerox person. Okay, so in that case, what happens is that this basically comes under the exception of fair use, because it is used for an educative purpose. Library में, schools में, yeah, if you are like circulating amongst yourself for the study purposes, right? So this comes under the definition or the exception of fair use. But like you said, you are right. I mean, in a way, it is infringement, but because it is under the, it is for the research purposes or for the academic purposes, it is not really considered as a copyright violation. But if you are using it for monetary benefit, if you are copying it, if you circulate and charging some money, and if you are, circulating it to a large public, then it is definitely a copyright violation. जैसे आप देखते हैं हैरी पॉटर की books, that is one of the most infringed copyright copies that I have seen, right? So that is definitely, and people, they circulate these books, they make like 2 copies of these books and they circulate it and get like maybe little less money for it, but that is definitely a copyright infringement. But if it is for the education purposes, then it is not copyright violation as per the Copyright Act of India.
I hope so.
Does
The
that
question is
clarify your question?
answered. Gaurav sir. We may move to another question. I'm asking a mechanical student, roll number 83, to come up with the question. Yeah, you may unmute yourself. Yeah.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, first of all, I just want to say that it was a very great and helpful webinar for all of us. And ma'am, secondly, my question is that, ma'am, what are some of the most common mistakes that people make in this intellectual property rights subject?
Okay. See, what I can recollect right now from the clients that we have is not filing. So basically the startups, I can like talk about startups firstly. The startups, they usually don't take intellectual property very seriously, because for them it's like कि पहले हम सब कुछ सही कर ले, like let's get all the required funds and then we can invest in intellectual property. That in a way I understand from their point of view as well. If you do not get an intellectual property in your name in the initial, in the nascent stage, तब बाद में उसको secure करना थोड़ा difficult होता है. That is for the startup. Second is lack of awareness. People are not very aware of their rights towards their ideas or their creation. So, like for instance, patent and design, you cannot disclose it to the public. But have a lot of clients have published it in their who talk about their patents or designs in a seminar or a paper. So that is published to the public, right? So that is one of the mistakes that people make. So their awareness is one thing, and other thing is, taking instant action for your intellectual property.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, I got it. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Are there any other questions to be asked? Anybody else may raise hand. Okay, I think so, Ritika ma'am, there are no more questions now. So we may proceed further. So it's a great pleasure to hear from Ms. Ritika. She has flawlessly explained us the importance and various types of IPR that included trademark, copyright, design, and patents, their registration process, remedies, and very well answered the questions of students and participants. So the session indeed was very informative. I'm very much thankful to Ms. Ritika for sparing her time for this webinar on Sunday from her hectic schedule. She's very busy in all the weekdays. So it was not possible for us to conduct this seminar otherwise. That's why it was scheduled on Sunday. So I'm really thankful to you, ma'am. I'm also thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor of Maricaps University, Professor Dr. Sunil K. Somani. Sir could not join the session because of his busy schedule. Thankful to the Registrar of Maricaps University for providing support to conduct the webinar. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the participants for their patience listening that on Sunday morning. So I'm very thankful to you also, participants. I'm thankful to the team of research, incubation, and ECell, and also to Ms. Payal Somani and Mr. Suryakant Soni for their kind support. Thank you all. Thank you once again. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Vibha ma'am, for your constant, coordination with me and keeping up with me.
Yes.
If anybody has any questions, any doubts, or any clarification, you can always reach out to me. My contact details are on the screen. Please do get back to me if you have any doubts. Please do. I'll be happy to answer.
So thank you all. I hope so. It's visible on the screen. So we may end the meeting now. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.